the Parliamentary Standing Committee on External Affairs deliberated on India's strategy for the Indian Ocean region, including the concept of a blue water navy. A blue water navy can sustain long duration missions, possesses aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, replenishment of ships, and sophisticated logistic chains. Namaskar, I welcome you all to the digital media of Uday India, and today in India Things, I want to tell you that in an era redefined by geopolitical flux and maritime competition, the concept of a blue water navy has gained renewed relevance. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on External Affairs deliberated on India's strategy for the Indian Ocean region, including the concept of a blue water navy. On last Tuesday, India is now seriously considering putting in place formally a blue water navy (BWN) amid the global conflicts and attacks from terrorist groups and pirates. The Indian Navy's primary focus is on the Indian Ocean region (IOR), a vast and geopolitically significant expanse where the threats are from countries like China, Pakistan and Bangladesh. So what exactly blue water navy and why it is so important for India now? So let's answer these questions. Friends, a blue water navy is one that possesses the capacity to project power at a global level, operating across the deep waters of open oceans, far from the home country's source. So, unlike a green water or brown water navy confined to coastal and regional operations, a blue water navy can sustain long duration missions, possesses aircraft carriers, nuclear submarines, replenishment of ships, and sophisticated logistic chains. So, for a nation like India, treading the crucial maritime crossroads of the Indian Ocean, the development of such a capability is not merely a desirable, it is strategic necessity. India's location bestows it with a unique geographical advantage. It sits at the heart of the Indian Ocean region, through which over 60% of the world's oil trade and 90% of the global commerce by volume flows. The Indian Ocean is flanked by politically volatile regions, the Middle East to the west, Southeast Asia to east, and the Horn of Africa to the southwest. India's trade, energy supplies, and strategic partnerships are deeply tied to the stability of these maritime routes. Thus, controlling, safeguarding, and asserting presence in this vital region necessitates a blue water navy that can operate seamlessly across the oceans. India's vision of becoming a blue water navy has been steadily materializing over the past 2 decades. The induction of aircraft carriers like INS Vikramaditya and the indigenous INS Vikrant, nuclear-powered submarines such as INS Arihant, and advanced destroyers and frigates underlines a clear trajectory. Additionally, also, India has expanded its naval footprint through strategic partnership, logistic agreements, and naval bases across the Indian Ocean, from Dakmin in Oman to Changi in Singapore. The Indian Navy's regular deployments for missions like anti-piracy patrols off the coast of Somalia, joint exercises like Malabar, and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations, as seen during crises in Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Mozambique, all point to a growing blue water orientation. But why is this development so crucial now? So the primary reason lies in the shifting balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. China, with its Belt and Road Initiative and expanding naval presence, In increasingly asserting dominance in waters India historically considered its backyard. The establishment of China's vast overseas military base in Djibouti and frequent forays of the PLA Navy into IOR being watched closely in New Delhi. A blue water navy allows India not to only counterbalance China's maritime ambitions but also to signal to the world that it is a credible security provider in the region. Friends, furthermore, India's aspirations of becoming a global power must be underpinned by maritime strength. Historically, nations that have shaped global events, be it Britain, the US, or more recently China, have all possessed formidable naval power. In the 21st century, as trade wars and strategic choke points define global politics, maritime dominance equates to geopolitical leverage. A blue water navy enhances India's diplomatic muscle, allowing it to engage in maritime diplomacy, conduct freedom of navigation operations, and offer maritime security to smaller littoral states. Economically, too, the benefits are manifold. India's maritime economy, shipping lanes, offshore assets, and ports stand to gain significantly from enhanced maritime security. With initiatives like Sagar, security and growth for all in the region, India is already positioning itself as a net security provider in the IOR. But to transform this vision into reality, its naval power must match its strategic ambitions. So, in conclusion, a blue water navy is not just a symbol of military might, it is a linchpin of national strategy, economic security, and regional influence. For a rising power like India, the global aspirations and regional responsibilities, the ability to project naval power across the ocean is indispensable. The journey from coastal defense to oceanic dominance may be long, but India is already charting a clear and determined course through its naval modernization and strategic foresight. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India. Thank you.